I'll talk in a second, promise. He comes out all curly-whirly. So I ain't done a video this weekend, and this is the reason. I've been sorting out my cables. Bag of household cables there. Cables I think that were worth stripping into singles. How do I make that decision? Well, I picked one of these up. I think, how much plastic is covering the cores? Now, it's like a very thin cover. In that case, strip it because you're not losing much weight. That's kind of quite sick. So additional weight can go in the cables bag, because as you know, the difference between stripping them, this is the time, isn't a great deal. You do get more for singles than you do for just household cable. I used to strip it with a knife, rip it apart, but with the wire stripper, stripping cables into singles is dead easy. If it's thick enough or it's mainly solid core, then I'll strip it further down into Burr-Bright copper. Yeah, I know different countries have different regulations about Burr-Bright. You know, my yard, if it looks shiny and it's copper, it's Burr-Bright. Some countries have got to say there's a minimum thickness, like thickness of a pencil lead, before you will get Burr-Bright. Fortunately, Amble Yard's not like that. Right, and then sometimes you get some cables you wish you hadn't even started on, and this one is it. I can't remember what the outer covering was like. When I sliced it open, it was all sheathed in this like Chinese finger trap stuff, which is copper. So winner, although it is wrapped up with plastic. So I do have to go through that and pull all the plastic out, just because I'm that type of guy. Thought, right, great, what have we got here? Then threaded tightly amongst that lot was this more like nickel plated copper. Not a problem, unwound all that, and it was tightly wound in, leaving me with, you can see how tightly wound it is, like that. Instead, each wire then is wrapped in an aluminium foil in 2 pairs, so that's 2 in there, and then there's 2 in there, to give a very thin very thin core indeed. That is one of those cables I kind of wish I hadn't done. We're getting there. We got rid of a load of stuff at the weekend, we really did. And then Mythical Black copper. So I run through the machine this green and yellow earth cable, and out of it I got this Mythical Black copper. Now, you don't often see that now, do you? You can see where it came out the machine, it was, stop it, copper coloured. It turns black. How much current went through that to turn it black? I mean, it's not just black, see that kind of like black on the outer and still copper on the middle, but that's black all the way through. So I guess, I mean, there's got to be some sparkies amongst you lot, that was a direct short of the hot cable, the red, the brown, because you can see I've got old cables which are red and black, and I've got new cables which are brown and blue. So was that a direct short of the live cable to earth, because I haven't come across any, either the neutral or the live, which was equally burnt when I stripped that earth lead. And they are generally in pairs, so as I've stripped them, they go together like that. You can all see like that. So onwards and forwards. Oh, and this, which if you remember, I pull out the out the bin at the old anvil yard, has fast become my #1 stripping knife. Yeah, that's good. It does certain cables, but doing solid core cables, a knife is as fast, if not faster. It's got quite a broad transition between the handle and the knife, which means I can apply some good pressure. That, stick the knife there, I can alter the angle of the dangle. If you get it just right, you can just pull this cable straight through. So that's Ian in his shed. Tiny little update. Tiny little vid. I like tiny vids, they annoy you, waste Mike. You lot have a good one, and I will see you over the weekend. Bye for now. Duh, Ian, you're supposed to throw the plastic in the plastic and the copper onto the copper. Duh.